Okay, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday morning business chat. Gregory and Robin up here in Bozeman, and hope everyone's doing well. Sunny, almost spring day, even though the ground's covered with snow in Bozeman, but we love every minute of it. It's all good. And so, on today's call, I think we're just going to chat about the new website. This is like I said it on Monday night. Excuse me. Kind of like Christmas, because we got a brand new LifeWave website. We got a brand new Live Younger Power the Patch webinar system. They weren't simultaneous planned event. They weren't planned to be released simultaneous. It just happened that way. As many of you know, Liz and I and Connie and Janet and others been working behind the scenes to get the webinar system up and running, our evergreen or virtual webinar system. And we finally got it ready. It took a little longer than we thought it was, but it's working really well. And simultaneous with that, to our surprise, the company launched the website the very same day. So this is a big week for us. So we thought it'd be good to go over the new website briefly, share some tips and pointers about it. I got to admit, probably many of you have done a lot more work with it than I have. So I'm not going to be able to share very much, but Robin's standing by, and maybe Robin, you'll be chiming in on that. And Liz is standing by when we switch over to talk about the new Power the Patch webinar system. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So hold on just a second.
And honey, could you make me co-host?
It says that you are.
It does? Okay, great.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Hold on a second.
Thank you.
Find Robin in the long list of attendees. Could you raise your hand, please?
Yes.
There you are. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, disappeared. There you are. Gosh.
Things move around with all these people.
Around. So I apologize trying to click on Robin, and then somebody else pops in and it pops her down to another place. So there you go. You are co-host. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So share screen. Here we go. And let's get this show on the road. So we're going to start with the new LifeWave website. And it's certainly beautiful. And with LifeWave, you can activate your stem cells. X39 supports healthier stem cell activity, blah, blah, blah. There's so many features and functions on this website. I do want to make mention, if you go to your Live Younger Success website, our training website, and if you go to the What's New section, okay, and you scroll down, we have a new section here for introducing the new lifewave.com. And Liz was able to capture and include several videos. So there's a video here on an overview of the website. If you haven't watched that, we did play it briefly on Monday night. You're going to want to watch that. There's another tutorial video on how to set up your personalized homepage. And then there's a PDF outlining how to set up your personalized homepage. I guess I'm curious, has anybody been able to successfully set up their own personalized homepage? I know that Robin tried and had a little challenge with it. So I just thought I'd kind of open it up. And if anybody has any feedback on that, I'd love to hear from a few of you if you've been able or not been able to do it successfully. Go ahead, Heidi.
So I actually didn't have any changes when I went in to do mine the night that you kind of challenged us to do them, or maybe that was in the morning. I can't remember. I didn't notice any changes to mine.
Then you went to your profile, okay?
Yes,
and the profile doesn't change, but there is a section in there. If you watch this video, there's a section in there where you can set up a landing page for yourself.
Yeah,
okay,
I didn't.
So that's very different
I didn't find that.
profile.
Okay. So thank you.
Yep. Anybody?
And, let's
Robin.
see. Okay, let me get okay. So So I just went there and it's definitely now what wasn't available the other day is available now to do the upgrade. So you go to you log in and then you
Okay.
go up to the top where your name is, you sign in and you want me to do my screen because I can show Ian or whatever. It doesn't matter. We don't need to go into the detail, but what happens is when you sign in and you typically go up to where your profile is, you have this option and you go up where you would be changing settings, you go to change settings and then you go to profile and then you have an option to display your profile on your new website and it is available now and it wasn't before.
Oh, good.
So yes, this is very exciting because I thought, oh, I'll just get a jump on it. I'll do it. This will be really fun. And so you get to choose your picture. You have
Mhm.
an opportunity to pick a social media link. And as we talked about on our director's call yesterday, you change your algorithms on Facebook if you have too many of your teammates and Lifeway people in your Facebook friends, but we're not going to get into that today. But the important part is that you have to write something about yourself if you want to do this. So you have your picture, and this is your opportunity to share your own story. Because as we know, it's the stories that are most powerful, not so much about your background, but what a difference LifeWave has made to you. And so this is where you get to click about me and then you click save changes and then that will personalize your website. I think this is one of the coolest things of the whole new website is when people show up on the site, they're going to see you and see your story. And that's going to be very powerful.
Opportunity for you.
You know, Robin, this is only about a minute long. I'll just go ahead and play it for everyone. So
I
hold
think
on
that's a
here.
great idea.
Okay. Make it a little bigger. Okay, now if I can find the start button. Oh, hold on a second. You probably can't hear anything because I have to change my screen share. Excuse me. Stop share. Share screen. And
So
there's a little
while
button at the bottom,
Gregory's
optimize
doing
for
this,
video clip. Yeah.
yeah. So while Gregory's getting this set up, I invite everyone to be what I call a happy clicker. Just open up everything you see and learn what's there. And there's a lot of treasures that are hidden. And that email that came out to everyone the other day that said it was going to be launched has links like Gregory's going to play right now, where you can learn how to do this. It's very simple to get your profile set up. It's only a 3-minute video and it shows you how to do this and it's easy and we invite everyone to do it.
So here we go.
Lifewave.com offers a unique opportunity for you to connect with your family, friends and prospects with a personalized homepage. By including a picture of yourself, short bio, and contact information, your team members and customers will be greeted by a friendly face when they visit your website. What a great way to strengthen the personal connection you have already made and enhance your customers' LifeWave experience. Personalizing your Lifewave.com homepage is easy, only takes a few minutes, and can make all the difference when sharing LifeWave with your community. Let's get started. First, get to your back office by going to lifewave.com or backoffice.lifewave.com and logging in. Next, click on your name in the navigation bar and select Change Settings. This will take you to your account settings, where you can now click on Profile. This will take you to an options menu, where you will set your permissions and upload the image you would like displayed on your new personalized homepage. Follow the prompts to upload an image from your computer or other device. You'll want to upload a square picture of at least 100 by 100 pixels. It doesn't have to be professionally done, but it should feature your face prominently and look as professional as possible. Make sure to click Upload after you have chosen the file. Scrolling down to personal information, you may enter one social media link of your choice, including a Facebook profile, Instagram page, or LinkedIn account. You'll need to copy and paste the whole URL as seen here. If you have a personal website, you may also want to include it here. while a YouTube channel is a great place to share content, and you may connect prospects to that page by adding your YouTube URL here. Be sure to check the box if you would like your email address to appear on your personalized homepage. Then, add a short bio about yourself. You'll notice the About Me section is the only required field. This is your opportunity to share your LifeWave story, a personal testimonial about a favorite product, or simply the joy you experience from living healthy with LifeWave. Once you have completed your personalized profile, be sure to click Save Changes at the bottom of the page. Then, go back up to the top and toggle on the Display Profile on LifeWave website permission. In just a few minutes, you've set up your personalized homepage and created a welcoming experience for those excited to learn more about LifeWave.
Yeah. Very cool, huh? Wow.
And very simple.
And simple. Isn't that wonderful? So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And again, in the What's New section of our, there is a PDF that also goes through it. Some of us work better from a document, but the video is pretty clear. It looks pretty simple. So look forward to seeing everybody's personalized homepage. How exciting is that?
Let us know when you do it. Put it in the Facebook group and brag about it. It was easy. I did it and I'm excited.
So I guess, if there's a few questions about the new website, we can attempt to answer them. I'm not promising answers, but we're all learning, but maybe things that I don't know, others may. So we can spend a few minutes just Q&A and discussing the new website, and then we'll go over and talk a little bit about the Power of the Patch system.
Should we show people that join the community link that I shared yesterday? So people can see how clean and clear that is down at the bottom when it says join our community, hun.
Okay, yes.
All the way to the bottom. Yep.
So when you click down there, we're going to be working with the company to maybe rearrange some things, because this is a very clear way. If somebody wants to know how to join LifeWave, this document here, we think should be in more prominent place. But they have created a nice page saying, join our community. You can join as a retail customer, preferred customer, or brand partner. You click on each of those and it takes you down that pathway. So I think that's going to be very helpful for people that are visiting your website. The goal is to make the website so clean and simple that you could send prospects, customer and brand partner prospects, they're unescorted and they could successfully purchase or enroll. I know most of us do an escorted guided enrollment, but so things are definitely, it's a quantum leap in technology. The platform is so much more sophisticated. Liz, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I've got a question.
Okay.
So if you change your change and add your customized profile, currently, before you activate it, there's a landing page. Does that show up anywhere after your profile?
I don't know.
I don't know yet, but I want to acknowledge Mary Beth and Heidi. They already did it. So you guys rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, you can go look, and you want to open up that bottom right corner just to show people how sophisticated the site is.
It's a very sophisticated website. Down here at the bottom right corner, see where the little helper is? If you press on that, there you can, it's accessibility adjustments. Vision impaired, ADHD. Oh, I should do that one. Cognitive disability. I might try that one too. Keyboard navigation, blind user. So, and then you can choose content scaling, read fonts. You can highlight titles. Gosh, you can really go in and you can change colors. So there's a lot of flexibility that I will all be experimenting with. Big black cursor. I need to do that because I lose my cursor sometimes. And There you go. Look at that. Big
And-
black cursor. How fun is that?
This is ADA compliant.
Yeah. So how nice, huh? Okay. Any other questions or comments about the website? I'll get rid of this big black cursor.
There's a X at the top left. There you go.
So I have a question. Can somebody show us their landing page? Because I just did it and refreshed my browser and I don't see where the landing page comes. It's not up there. Maybe I didn't save it right.
It said
I
it takes
agree
a few
too.
minutes.
I'm not seeing it either.
It did say it takes a few minutes. So those of
Okay,
you-
thank you.
Mine was immediate. I just did mine while you were doing the video and it populated it. I'm showing it on my share screen through my phone.
You want to highlight Heidi, honey?
Yes, hold on a
All right.
second.
So this is my landing page.
Let me find you
Right.
there. Heidi.
That's my picture.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta make you bigger and I haven't found you.
Heidi,
So-
raise your hand so he can find you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Heidi's show, I see it.
Okay,
But you've
now
got,
let me
you've
promote
got-
you out. I'll spotlight you for everyone. And,
if you stop the screen share, it'll be easier to see because it's really little.
oh, there we go.
There you go. Woohoo!
Spotlight. Can you see? I'm not,
Yes. I see it. Yep. She did
Really?
it.
So that looks like you're on mobile, aren't you, Heidi?
Well, just so you all know, this is my finger, my live finger, and this is my tablet, and this is my lap, and this is my physical cell phone that I'm holding, pointing
Yeah.
to.
oh, and there you are. There's your picture up in the upper left-hand corner.
Right, and if you see me, I'm still wearing my sleep patches. So here, I'll take them off and I'll put
Oh,
them on
that's
my
okay.
thing to remind me, and then I'll go back to doing what I'm showing you.
Oh, look at that. How nice. Welcome to my shop.
And this is what it says where I just typed it this morning that I wasn't able to do like you folks a couple days ago. It says, I love wearing X39 at night to allow my dreams to unfold since starting wearing February 22nd, 2022. That's all I could put in because I hadn't cut and pasted it from my previous big old
Nice.
long paragraph, but I think I'm going to keep
Okay.
it simple.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing that, Heidi. Okay, good. Well, any other questions about the website? I'm kind of hesitant to ask them because I don't have very many answers.
Well, just know we're all learning together, and when you
Yeah.
discover things, you can share them in the Facebook group and say, oh my gosh, look what I just found. You know, because there's going to be layers and layers. There's lots and lots there. And it's going to take time for all of us to really get to know it. So be a happy clicker, everybody.
Yes. Boy, I gotta get rid of this big black cursor.
You gotta go back to the settings, Gregory, and undo that particular
Okay.
one.
So let me see if I could share my screen again. And, okay, and so that's it for the website. Interest of time, I'm gonna move us along, going back to our Live Younger website, liveyoungersuccess.com. I'm gonna let Liz kind of head up this part of our discussion and training. And I do want to point out all these social media assets that are also here in the Live Younger What's New section. But right below that is the new Power the Patch webinar system. So, and Liz, she did all the heavy lifting. I was kind of a, guiding force. Well, let's do this, let's do that. But she did it. She created it. So thank you, Liz, for your ceaseless and untiring work, behind the scenes to get this together for us.
Oh, you're most welcome. It was quite a long, laborious effort. I will say that. So we have the download, the flyer document right there. It's a little hard to see because it's a light blue, but I can maybe bold that one. I'll do that after the call this morning. But then also, and that's so that you could have it accessible, so that you could just have it wherever. Now that is also an image. So if you wanted to put it on your phone, you could right click on it if you have a PC and then save it to your phone or save it to your computer, whatever. If you want to know how to be able to use the Power of the Patch webinar system, then click on that, Gregory. And Gregory has written up some usage instructions, which make it very simple and easy to be able to invite guests. We recommend that you do the registration for your prospects, and that way you're going to know what time that they're going to be on, and that way you can get on the same webinar at the same time. And so Gregory has some instructions here on how to talk with them. Gregory, you might want to mention what you would recommend saying.
Yeah, well, for sure, so, and the system's really cool. So you register your guest or they registers themselves, and then immediately a registration. So if you're registering your guest, you put in their email address, they will immediately get a confirmation for the time and a click here to add the calendar. And there's another click to watch the webinar, but it might be, and it'll tell them it's in 3 hours and 12 minutes, it counts downs.
Or
So-
whatever time. What I was meaning
whatever-
is that
Mhm.
if you're talking with someone, what would you say to them to talk about inviting them and finding what time works for them?
Oh, okay, that's what you meant.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much, hey, the basic conversation we have, what do you know about stem cells? Or maybe this is somebody that watched a 3-minute video and they're not ready to enroll. Say, hey, there's a webinar coming up later today that would be very informative. It's only about 25, 30 minutes. Would you be interested in watching that? And then, that would help you be more ready to make a decision, or whatever the discussion you want to have with them, but invite them to participate. And they say, sure, that sounds like a good idea. Say, okay, hold on. So you can go to the Power Patch, you click on powerthepatch.com, and it brings up the times. And remember, the times are going to come up in your time zone. So if you're in the mountain time zone like we are, but you're talking to Lynette, who's in the Atlantic time zone in Puerto Rico, she's 3-hour difference. So my 10 o'clock call is going to be a 1 o'clock PM call for her. Okay. So just bear that in mind if you're registering someone versus them registering themselves. But, so it's just the power of the invite, inviting people to take another look. And our job is to get people enough information to make an informed decision. And we know for most people, it takes a couple of exposures. Many times it's that first 3-minute video with the InTouch app. Many times you add the second 18-minute video from InTouch in the science section. And sometimes now that second or third look might be the Power of the Patch webinar.
Okay, and Gregory, you said that it's powerofthepatch.com. It's not. It's actually popwebinar.com is where you get registered at.
Right,
So that
popwebinar.com.
confuses people. So yeah, it's popwebinar.com is where you do the registration at. And as Gregory said, once they get their information registered in there, it's just going to ask them for their name. They can put just their first name if they want, their email address. And the reason for the email is because it will send them a reminder 1 hour before the webinar is going to take place. And so Victoria asks, will you get notified if they do their own registration? Sadly, no, this platform only sends an email to the person that did that their email address was put in the registration. So if you're talking
So with
with-
that said, I want to just let me add, this is not meant to replace the InTouch system, because that feature in InTouch is worth its weight in gold. To know when somebody actually watches the video is a very cool thing. but having a virtual event, there's some magic to inviting people to an event as opposed to sending them a video and telling them to watch it someday when they get a chance. But, this is like, okay, it starts at 10 a.m. God, that's 34 minutes from now. And so there's the power of, and it looks and feels like a live event. You don't need to tell them it's a pre-recorded event. You don't need to lie and say it's not, or it is, but it does feel like a live PowerPoint training presentation.
Right.
So I would like to invite all of you, to enroll. If you haven't already done so, do it. In fact, I'd love to shift a little bit. Has anybody gone through the process that would like to bear witness to the fact that it worked? Go ahead, Heidi. I think, Heidi, we're just going to tattoo your hand up.
You're
No,
muted,
don't. It's funny. I love technology, but I honestly, I have to teach people for my job how to
Yeah.
do these things. And for my day job that I work 40 hours a week. So doing this, it was challenging for me because I actually, I love just writing things down and putting it in steps. And I actually had to go to the public library in my brand new town, print out this amazing thing that you're showing on the share screen to remember what I was supposed to learn when I'm an auditory learner. So
Okay.
I love the fact that I went on the POP webinar. I used all three of my devices. So I used my tablet, I used my iPhone, and I used my Android phone. And it was simple either way. It
Nice.
literally was. It was just literally loading POP webinar, deciding that I wanted to be on the first initial call. And it was really easy. I did it on my Android phone, and then it woke me up at my email notification woke me up an hour before, and I thought, oh my gosh, I do not want to be up right now. And I looked at my calendar where it had added it, and it had added it to my calendar, which is why I got a second notification. So I'm
Nice.
like being woken up an hour before the 7 a.m. call, and then I got on. And I listened, and I literally thought it was live, Gregory.
Beautiful. Thanks, Heidi.
And Heidi just asked a really important question. Does this replace the Power of the Patch 4 times a week webinars? And
Yes,
instead
it
of 4
does.
times a week, it's 42 times a week. So are we going to put something up on?
Yes, we will.
okay,
I'll
great.
work with Liz, and we'll get something up on that.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you for
So
that.
go ahead, Sunshower. You got your hand up.
Well, I'm pretty techie, but I missed some of the stuff that Heidi did. I mean, I actually missed my reminder, and so I missed the POP webinar. But I know it works. I was getting the reminder on my email, but I didn't get that on my phone. I guess I should figure out how to do that.
We don't send the text reminders any longer, Sunshower, because this platform does not have the ability to communicate with our text reminder platform.
All right. Okay.
But the good news is if you missed it and you go back to the email, you can click on the link, and that link now works as a 24/7 replay for you.
That's right. You said that yesterday on the Director and Above call. Yeah, that's so excellent.
Great. Anyone else that's tried it that wants to share your experience? Well, next week when I ask this, I want everybody's hand to go up. Okay.
Gregory, I have something else to add to sun showers. I can't go on video because I'm trying to find, I actually hand wrote down all the times, but she had mentioned that she did not get a notification on her phone. The thing that you have to do to get the notifications on your phone is add to calendar. And I'm going to say that in quotation marks, quote, add ADD to calendar. And then you get your notifications through your calendar system. That's how you get it on your.
Yeah, that's a good point. So the webinar system won't send you a notice, but if you add it to your phone event system will ping you with a notice.
Well, and it also doesn't have to be added that way, Gregory. You can just add it to your calendar. And so if you're on a computer, when I set reminders on my computer, it comes through as well on my phone.
Yeah.
So it just depends upon how you've got your calendar platform set up. If you have appointments in your calendar, that it then sends to your phone
Okay.
as a reminder. But that's a very great point.
Christine, you got your hand up. Go ahead, please.
Oh, hi. So I was a little confused. The alerts that we've already signed up for, those are going away?
The other
Yes and
ones,
no. The Power of the Patch reminders that we were sending 4 times a week, those are no longer going to be going out via text message. All of our other call reminders will still, in fact, keep going out. So the Monday morning chats, the Monday evening update and training, the Tuesday evening health practitioners, and then, of course, this call on Thursdays. So those are still continuing and will continue.
Okay, so it's just the power of the patch.
yeah, we
Just the
moved the
Power of the
Power of the
Patch.
Patch webinars from Live Younger Zoom platform to this new webinar system. And the new URL is popwebinar.com.
Okay, so we register for that, and then how do
Yes.
we send that? So when we're sending that out, we send it through the registration or
You're not going to be sending it out, Christine. You're going to be talking with someone or you can just say, hey, there's going to be a webinar coming up in a text message. Go to popwebinar.com and register. And that way, then they register at what time works for them and or what day. But you're not going to know what time or day they registered for. So that's why we're recommending you talk with the person and do the registration yourself for them on their behalf, and then you'll know what time and day they're set up for.
Okay, so it's fillable in a way that you can fill in their information.
Yes.
And register them.
Gregory, can you just go to popwebinar.com and bring that up?
Yeah. Let me do that. Oh, gosh. Hit the wrong button here.
Can you add a new tab? Because I think you're on there you go.
So you go to popwebinar.com and you can just send this email to someone, or you can do it for them. And you choose which day you want. And let's say it's Monday. I'll select Monday. And then the next screen pops up and it's going to say your name and,
I see. Okay. That's pretty
and
clear
an
and
email. So if
easy.
you're self-registering, you put your email. If I was registering Liz, I'd put her email. I put her name and her email and invited by Gregory.
Okay.
And
Great.
then the next
And then
step is
select
to
the date.
select the time. You've already
now-
selected the day. So now
Already
you need to
selected the day.
select
So
the
these
time.
are all the Monday opportunities. Oh, because
Okay.
Mondays it's next Monday. Monday's already gone. So next Monday is the 13th. So you can do 7 a.m. This is all in Mountain Time Zone. So it shows the time zone of the person that's doing the registration. So like if I was registering Liz, she's in the East Coast time zone, I'm in the Mountain Time Zone, I'd have to allow for that. If she said, yeah, register me at 9 a.m. Eastern, that would be 7 a.m. Mountain.
Right.
That gets
And
a
is
little
that-
confusing.
Is that a similar webinar that the one that, the way it's being replaced, it's a similar one?
Yes. The one that we've had for the last 3-4 months, almost identical. We've just done a little fine tuning in the PowerPoint, but yes, it's the same one.
Great. Thank you.
A couple. Yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks, Christine. A couple other questions. Carol Lee, go ahead.
I haven't noticed anybody saying when you sign up, I signed up, I did not attend when I got the email reminder, but you
Yes.
can click on a link in there and watch at any time. Has
Correct.
anybody mentioned that?
Yes, yes. well,
Okay.
Yes, but thanks for
missed it.
bringing it up again, because probably 1 out of 3, maybe 2 out of 3 people who register will miss it. It's just human nature. Oh, I register for more things than I attend, right? We all do that. And so when you call up to follow up and say, hey, Liz, did you get a chance to watch that webinar? And she goes, oh, darn. I say, hey, that's okay. The reminder that went to you, there's an orange button down there. It says, attend webinar. And let's see if I can bring that thing back up. What's new? Instructions. There's a big orange button that says go to the webinar. That works 24/7 after the webinar is concluded. So that's an auto replay link personalized to that person.
Gregory, I just thought of something that we can add into each one of the webinars. There is an option for after the webinar has run, that we can send another email out, and we can make that so that we could put in text, if you missed the webinar or would like to watch a replay, and
Okay.
then have that. So that's something we can add on,
Okay.
and we can get that done today.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Great. Well, we're a little past the bottom of the hour. So Carolee, go ahead. And then we have one more question, and I think we'll call it a wrap.
Sorry, I forgot to take my hand down.
Oh, okay. Good. Christine, you put your hand back up. Did you have a final question? You're muted. You're muted, Christine.
Okay, yes. You said that we could change our website inside of the back office. If we're already in the back office. Is that correct?
Yes, you go up to your profile section and go to settings.
Okay.
And then I don't remember what Robin said from there, but it's in there somewhere.
Oh, it's
And
in
the
the settings.
instructions to do all this are in a PDF on the liveyongersuccess.com what's new section about
Okay.
the new website. So the instructions.
gonna
are
have
all
to-
in.
Folks, we're going to have to bring this call to a wrap. We have one more question here.
I have a question. So this is a question more for Liz than the technical people. If I'm having a watch party and I want to invite people to a Zoom and then view the webinar all at the same time, how do I do that? Does that make sense? Do you understand?
Yes, you just share it. You go to your Zoom, trigger your Zoom, and then you're gonna do a separate tab for the webinar link. It is not using Zoom, so that gives you the ability to share your screen, and you're gonna share the webinar page itself.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, gosh, that was a lot. It's already 40 minutes past the hour, so I thank everybody for hanging in here with us. And so an exciting week. Thank you so much, Liz, for pulling it all together. And thank you, everyone, for being on the call with us here today. And so I guess if anybody has anything else they wanted to say before we're done, we'll bring this call to a wrap. It's a wrap.
Thank
Greg and
you.
Liz,
Thank
you're
you for all
great.
your help.
Have fun registering.
Thank you. Greg and Liz,
Yeah.
thank you. Woohoo!
Thank you. You're also welcome.
Thank you.
Love you guys.